Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. I have some more news for you. I know I just shared some news, but we're going to go through some more news. Obviously, if it's not obvious, this is in regards to the helicopter flying event. Hence why I picked a kind of a helicopter art build, because it's still not quite a thing. I never even thought about using aspects on helicopters. Might not be a bad choice, although I do love my crickets way more. Well, let's see if we can whack this guy. Wow. Come back, Bruce. Wow, crickets are hella not accurate. Don't drive by me, I don't have gun burst. Oh, you suck. Oh, still got him. Anyway, in regards to the helicopter crafting event, or yeah, crafting event and flying event, there is going to be some pretty cool stuff. I can't give you a set release date, however, I was wrong. It did not come out this week, and it looks like October 10th is when we're going to see some major news on it. We are going to have a live stream. Is that not working? Bam. So October 10th is going to be Tuesday next week. So hopefully they do, what they're going to do is a live stream. So hopefully they do the live stream and then they do kind of release the event Wednesday, Thursday, probably maybe, I don't know. They don't really have a scheduled date on when they release this kind of stuff or when they release updates in general. It's kind of spontaneous, like here's a day, enjoy, you know. But it says October 10th is going to be the community live stream for any questions that anybody may have. I can stream it, but it probably won't be the best quality just because I don't have the greatest internet yet. I can make videos in pretty clear footage and all that, but I cannot stream quite yet, and which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. So onward to the helicopter crafting event. So a few things I want to take note in that were not in the previous cross-out crafting event is the fact that these are still the Locust helicopter blades, so it's a double stack helicopter blades, so you can traverse, blah 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 blah. Turrets. I wonder if there's like a base defense. There are a bunch of turrets just stuck everywhere on this screenshot of this helicopter. I wonder if there's like base assaults where you have to kill off the enemy team or damage the enemy base. I'm not sure. It's just a theory, but this kind of structure was not in the last crossout. They were the last crossout, Jesus, the last helicopter event, because this looks like a floating aircraft carrier. Those look like giant fans, even though they're not even running, or turbines. But that looks very futuristic-y to me. It looks cool, in my opinion. Anyways, going down, it says, greetings survivors. Very soon, large-scale battles involving aerial vehicles will begin in the wasteland. Fasten your seatbelts. Sky Raiders are approaching. It says, you've already had the opportunity to try out the armored aircraft, but that was just the beginning. Now the majority of the factions have mastered these technologies. So, implying, guys, this is going to be badass. There is not just going to be one faction with helicopter parts. I'm assuming helicopter turbines or blades. Hopefully we get maybe some airplanes or prop airplanes. That would be sick as fuck. I think that would be really cool. I think it'd make the helicopters, it'd be very difficult on helicopters. Ground players would probably have an advantage just because you could just be a SAM, you know, and anti-air or SPAA and just shoot down planes and helicopters all day, which I feel like would be a pretty viable option considering it's based off of kills and damage dealt. Anyway, some have developed them themselves. Others have stolen the blueprints from their neighbors. In any case, just about everyone has their own fleet now, air fleet now, which means you will too. So it is telling us that we're going to have multiple factions with different flying parts, which is hella cool. I hope that they did invest in this game mode, and it sounds like they have, and we will definitely find out next week on the 10th or Tuesday. So we only have a few days between there and now, and if you can hold out, today's Thursday, we got Friday, and then we got a weekend. Sorry to those who do work over the weekend. And then we have Monday, and then the community live stream will be Tuesday. It doesn't say what time, so I'm assuming there will be another event post. I will post it on my community board, so that way if anybody actually does watch my channel, you can see it on the community board, which is really cool. So kind of going down, just to start things off, to throw this off, this is definitely not a map we have played on. Obviously, you got a Thyrsus down there. Those are aspects. That guy's running a Miller. So the bots are just going to be, it seems like, generic-ass bots who can't shoot you down, which is good in some ways, but bad in others. You can see the new Pegasus engine incorporated into this build. I obviously don't know what cabin. However, this guy right here, that right there gives it away. Before I even had read this, I saw that I was like, those were in the previous helicopter event. It was just this. And then there was nothing you could do with the tail rotor. So I don't know if it's going to make more dynamic steering or if it's just another hover piece from another faction. Or I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. That kind of gives me drone vibes. Just to kind of go down here. So this update, which is planned to be released next week. Okay, so it is planned to be released next week. Like I'm guessing Thursday after the community live stream, Friday. Why they would do a live stream on Tuesday and then release, you know, a day later, I guess, beats me. You know, people are just gonna be like, yeah, I don't really care. But some people might. I don't know. I'll be watching it definitely. Anyway, armored aircraft will become an integral. Well, I don't even. I'm pronouncing that so bad. An integral, whatever, part of Crossout. So I'm not sure if this means that it's going to be integrated as a normal game mode in Crossout. That's what I was hoping for last time. If it's going to stick around and not just be an event. Just as armored vehicles and Leviathans are now. Oh, yes, dude. Sick. Which means that there will be a few new slots in the garage that will store the air monsters you have assembled. So we get free garage slots? Question mark? I'm not sure. This makes me hella excited, guys. That is super cool that they're going to leave flying vehicles in the game. It's about time, Crossout. These armored aircraft assembly will be no different except for the requirement to have a rotor, or even a couple if you want. Speaking of rotors, there will be several types of them in the game, each with its own characteristics and features. Yes, a win, dude, a win. Finally, it's a dynamic that's new to Crossout. And not that the land stuff isn't fun, but it's going to be cool to finally have a whole nother aspect. Now, if they do this and add like planes and helicopters and leave it kind of like in the prop age, not turbine engine or like obviously jet powered, you know, that would be so cool if they invest into this and it becomes more popular. And then maybe, I know that some of you are going to question this, but maybe like a kind of a boat, you know, crafting. So there's boats or battleships or PT boats or, you know, seafare basically. I think that would be hella cool. Obviously that's years away. I mean, it's to cross out how many years to get helicopters or prop related flying vehicles in general into the game. So now we're seeing that they're going to integrate it into the game and it's going to be a normal game feature, a playable feature, which is super duper 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 cool, because last time I had a blast with, as you can see here in the picture, this guy's using crickets. I myself will be using crickets. I don't really like the guided stuff. It's kind of boring. You know, it's shoot, run, reload. I like skillfully playing and out-piloting other pilots with crickets. I think it's so much fun. Anyway, super dope. So as you said, as we see here, there will be several types of them in the game. Hence why I'm seeing multiple rotor types. In addition to that, you can expect the appearance of other parts that will help in ground-air battles. So, an anti-aircraft autocannon, a bomb launcher, heat traps for deflecting rockets, everything that will help you establish your superiority on the changed battlefield. Wow, they are going big with this game mode. They're adding new weapons to the game, a bomb launcher? So I'm assuming that's either a massive fucking guided missile or I don't even know. Anyway, my question for I guess the live stream, I guess I'm going to ask this question is, can the anti-aircraft autocannon and bomb launcher be used in regular game modes? Since it's not technically a flying, I mean, maybe they're going to classify it as only an aerial weapon that you can use, which I think would be kind of rough to segregate ground weapons and such. So now we have to deal with, you know, a whole different, basically builds to invest in. Like, what, this is going to be an extreme thing to say, but like, imagine if they did like flying clan wars or a version of flying arena mode, you know, like I that would be, that's far to say, but that's, I don't know. I hope they don't segregate it in the sense that like it's all going to be its own garage essentially. And the helicopter stuff definitely sounds like it is. They've already said that they're going to have, what is it said? There will be new slots in the garage that will store your air monsters assembled. So it already sounds like that's going to be segregated, which completely makes sense. However, the weapons, I hope that it's not going to be a complete different class of weapons to where like you got to start out as, you know, special, epic, you know, legendary, eventually relic. Like I hope it's not in that sense. I hope it's you can use any of your weapons from ground builds in air battles regardless, and vice versa. Helicopters, ground battles, minus the props. Obviously, we're not gonna have flying stuff in that game mode. Anyway, onward to this picture. This is cool. Obviously, that guy's using a turret cab. I don't even see any weapons on this guy. That guy is using a photon with looks like an aurora and a machine gun and a machine gun. But these new props right here, like you can see right here, these are cool. I think these are gonna be a nomad part. If I'm being honest, nomads are the only other like, because this prop technically wasn't, you know, labeled as a faction part. It was just a part. But however, these look very nomad-y to me. These look like, you know, maybe a B-29 bomber or some kind of tri-prop plane from like World War II. And that's what that reminds me of. But when you put it in this kind of setup, they look like turbine engines, because you don't normally have an exhaust dump like that on a regular engine. It's just kind of routed in an exhaust. Like for instance, like if this was the engine up here and it was routed out that exhaust port, that's traditionally how that'd be. Like this is a turboprop engine, which kind of defeats what I was saying earlier because it has that massive exhaust dump. Yeah, no, it's definitely turbine. So those guys are going to produce some decent tonnage, or they'd have to, being a turbine. But as you can see there, that is one of the two prop setups that there's going to be. It says mixed battles between armored vehicles and armored aircraft will be available as part of separate missions based on already existing. Get scrap metal, get wires, and get batteries. Cool. Okay. So there's going to be air of all the regular stuff. At the same time, the old modes will remain in the game. I don't feel like they had to say that. Nobody would play air modes versus helicopters. Everybody's ground builds are currently catered to ground builds. Like a dog build's not going to be able to take out a helicopter. This way you still will be able to take part in exclusively ground-based battles. In addition, with an armored aircraft, it will be possible to enter patrol. Back on patrol and bedlam modes. You can enter patrol with a helicopter with people who have ground builds. That's cool. That is cool. I like that a lot. There will be no division in ground and mixed battles. Raids, confrontation, clan wars, and other modes will not be listed or will be listed above, remain solely ground-based at the moment. So there it is. If I would have just read a little further, I would have had my conclusion. So they are going to eventually invest in air versions of clan wars and, you know, or it says at the moment. So it is a looked at topic. But it is possible in the future air battles will become part of these modes as well. I'm going to be a heli sweat. I'm not going to lie. I like the ground builds, but I was so good in the helicopter. Let's scroll down here. All right, so there's our third part type for the rotors. Looks like it's another, I'm not sure if it attaches on that little swivel, if that's the part, and then this is the blade, or if it's solely the blade that just attaches to a part. Kind of looks like something you'd have in your grandma's garden, like the one that would like spin and catch wind. This thing's badass. Yeah, see, he's running crickets. That's cool. And there's that third stabilizer prop, whereas before you didn't need it. Looks like that might be on a ghost cabin, or maybe even the new cab, but there's another one. Oh, wait a minute. That's definitely a part, but it doesn't look like these are builds. These might be just like scenery. I don't know. Anyway, I've gotten too excited. I've already rambled on for 14 minutes. In order to test themselves in aerial combat as soon as possible, each player will receive their starting armored aircraft when they reach reputation level 10 with the engineer's faction. For those who are levels higher, the aircraft will be issued automatically. This is just a brief description of what awaits you in the new update. If you want to see more and ask your questions to the developers, be sure to join our live stream, which will take place on Tuesday, October 10th on the official Crossout YouTube. We will see you guys soon. So, there we have it, guys. Awesome. They are implementing aircraft. So cool. That will bring this game so much farther. Although, I'm kind of worried that we're going to get, like, meta square build fucking helicopters. And, like, people are, like, hardcore drone strike shit. I want it to just look like this. Players who bring in, like, goofy stuff that have fun with it. Which will probably not be the case because Crossout is a meta-based game. Not a big deal. I will still enjoy it. I will still use it. I'm still going to play it. I think this is an awesome thing that they're bringing to the game. Anyway, I will stop rambling. We are at that 15-minute mark. I will see you guys in the next video when they release any news. Hopefully this week they'll release something for the new Battle Pass. I really hope so because they have been very, very, very vague and quiet on it. Anyway, I get to stop talking. I'll see you guys next video. Have a good one, guys.